Hey everyone, this is going to be mostly a photo compilation of the Chicago Gundam base plus the pop-up. I went on the second day, so both the mall and the store were super busy. As you can see in the lobby of the mall, this is where they had the pop-up. They had a human-sized Gundam on display. They had tables where people could build Gunpla for free. They had like an entry-level kit that they were handing out. And then they also had some higher level kits on display, which I think is a really good idea for people who aren't familiar with Gundam or Gunpla, and this is like a good starting point for them. I definitely noticed that there were a lot of new people to the hobby, or just people that were really curious. They also had us sitting in these really cool Gundam chairs. This was the kit they had us build. Along with getting that for free, you also get this paper headband and an inflatable beam saber. Even though these are intro kits, you didn't have to worry about not being able to finish them at the table. They even let you know that if you want, just do a bit and then you can take the rest home. I was able to finish mine, but like I said, there were a lot of like very new people to the hobby, so it's really nice that there was no pressure. So I got into the actual line for the store. They give you this Gundam base Chicago wristband for your time slot. Before the actual base, there is this giant poster. I don't know if they're going to keep that up forever or what, but that was really cool. They had line A and line B. Most people were waiting like an hour in line. I think that was the average wait time. Once you get in the store, there is, to the right, this wall with, I mean, you guys tell me, is this every single series? If so, super cool. And they make it pretty easy to watch or to get into those by putting the QR codes there. And then they have a model for each of these series to represent them. I thought that was really cool. Like, this is such a friendly and easy way for new people to get into the hobby, especially with those Gunpla entry catalogs that you see right here on the rack. When I say entry, they were very, very, very entry. Like, breaking down what is a Gunpla, and all that stuff. It was very intro. There were 3 exclusive kits to this store, and one of them was like specifically colored and themed after the base, so it was the white and blue one. That one was available in 2 different scales, and they were sold out of the 1/100 scale, but they did have the 1/144 scale still in stock. These are the other exclusive kits, and as you can see, they had so many. I was actually really worried that they would be sold out, but you didn't have to worry about that. Look how many they have. Like I said, the 1/100 was sold out. I asked some of the employees if like maybe they had more in the back or something. They didn't, but they let me know that they would be stocking like within the next week. So it seems like they're restocking pretty frequently. There was also a concert Zaku that was out of stock. That one was really popular. It's the pink one. That one was also sold out, but like I said, they said they were going to restock within the next week. All my photos and stuff from the opening weekend, so that's also when they had the pop-up. I have not gone back since. I do want to, and I really doubt they would have a line. The line is kind of deterring me from like going back too soon. I really had just never seen so much variety in kits. So many of these I had never seen before at all. Like I said, all different grades, all different price points. There's just so much here. The coolest part for me was seeing all of these. I definitely have a really long wish list now. So many cool ones. Another great part of being there opening weekend was being able to meet more Gundam fans, just talk to them. A lot of them had been to bases in Japan before, which was really cool. So seeing all the support for the hobby and the fan base was really cool. Side note, all the cases that these models are in have a bright blue light at the very bottom. So I had to like heavily edit the lighting in these photos that they wouldn't all be blue. I cannot wait to get my hands on that kit. This one, oh, it's beautiful. It's literally so beautiful. Wasn't able to buy that one, but like I said, I bought the other ones, which were black and hot pink, which is such a great combo. They look beautiful. They look amazing. I bought them and I'm thinking of building them on a live stream here on this YouTube channel, so look out for that. The reason why this video is a photo compilation instead of like an actual walkthrough of the store is because it was super busy. There were just a lot of people and I didn't want to get them on video. I'm sure we can all agree that this Gundam base in the Chicago Fashion Outlets Mall is such a great thing for the hobby. This being the first Gundam base in the US is amazing. I also think it's not too bad of a location. The Chicago Fashion Outlets Mall is like pretty close to two big Chicago airports. So it's like if you're anywhere in the US, you could just fly right over. I know it sounds easier said than done, but it's probably going to be cheaper than going all the way to Japan. What I really like about this is that I think a lot of new Gundam and Gunpla fans were made this day from this opening weekend. A lot of new people just being curious. I mean, like, I was walking around with that headband on that they gave you, that paper crown, and a lot of people were definitely like looking and wondering like, what are all these people doing here? Because the line was super long, the pop-up looked really fun, and so I think this is a really great way for people who are just like mildly curious. This is an accessible way for them to get into the hobby, and I think that's really great. Besides the Gunpla that you got with the pop-up for free, there were also some other freebies that you could have gotten. So the one that was already out of stock when I went to make my purchase was the luggage tag, which would have been really cool, but like I said, they were out of stock, and I went on the second day, and my time slot was, I believe, for like 1 p.m. To get the luggage tag, you actually had to make a purchase over $100, but come on, that's pretty easy. That is pretty easy. I don't remember how much the exclusive sets were. I will link below the article that was about the opening of this location, because it did have the exclusive kits. They had like the title, the picture, and actually, the article doesn't have the price. But yeah, I think one was $70, I think another was $60. I would love to hear if you guys either went to the pop-up during the opening weekend, or if you guys are just planning to go or have gone to this first US Gundam base. I definitely want to go again. I don't know if I would record the next time or just take it all in, because like I said, opening weekend, it was super crowded. There was a lot going on. I wanted to look at everything, but I also wanted to get photos to make this video for you guys. Also, let me know if there's any of these kits that are like super exclusive, or I mean, before this location, I was buying my Gunpla at a hobby store that was able to like stock a lot of these kits, but most of these I have never seen before. So I'm not sure if like some of these were maybe like previously Japan exclusive in a way, but they really did have something for everyone. Getting closer to checkout, here they have like the action figures and these really small affordable kits. They had other merchandise which I was not expecting, but I think I should have, and it was stuff like figures, not just of the characters, like, but also of the mobile suits, acrylic stands, keychains. Actually, the figures were kind of cool, and the keychains are super cute. An unexpected purchase I made this day was of a cutting mat. It was super cool. They had 3. They had a black one, a red one, and a blue one. They also had this giant TV on the back wall, playing, like, I think the openings and endings. And they had this little gashapon section. It was $3 for 1 token, and a lot of the gashapons required, like, 2 to 4 tokens, so I think a little expensive, but that was there. On the website, it said that there would be a dedicated area for the card game and then opportunities for events and such relating to that. I didn't really see that kind of area. I know they're talking about like in the future, in the upcoming weeks and months. There were some tables all the way to the side of the store, but it just had more stock. So I'm not sure if that's something that they have set up after this opening. But that is cool. I was actually wondering if they would do that because I know a lot of like smaller hobby stores have opportunities like that. So I'm really glad that the Gundam base is going to have that too. Guys, this is just so exciting. I know I'm making this video kind of late to the game because I actually took all these photos on December 13th, the second day of the opening. And I'm really sorry. I just really did not get to finishing the voiceover and editing of this video. I tried to get the prices in a lot of these photos, so feel free to like scrub or pause through the video to get those prices, but I will also link the website, the official website that they advertise with the Gundam base in the description so that you guys can also go through that. I was personally really curious about the prices, so that's why I tried to include them. Here's another look at all the exclusives. They definitely have enough. You don't need to worry about missing out on those. This is one of the two larger models that they had in store on display. They had one for the pop-up, but I'm not sure if they ended up moving that one inside of the Gundam base or not. Then there's going to be a clip coming soon right here of some of the smaller stuff that they had towards the checkout. So as you can see, just some like small accessories. Those were the cutting boards that I mentioned, the cutting mats, and then they had clippers, of course. They had some cases, stationery, smaller buttons, and pins. These were the tables of stock that I was telling you guys about. And then, I'm not sure if that's where they're going to put the card game. This was the other model that was in store. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.